Hey, Mr. Harris back at you again. So if you click that link below, that means you like the song Stand By Me. And so I have Mr. Wayne here, and he's going to break that song down in terms of how he approached it on guitar. But before we get to him, I just want you to understand some basic things. All right? First of all, whenever you get a piece of music, the title's on the top. Then when you see this thing called BPM, which means beats per minute, that's how fast or how slow the song went. Right? So we were at 132 BPM on this. So if you have a keyboard or something at home, or even on your cell phones now, they all have little metronomes on it. Put 132 so that way you can practice at the same tempo that we're practicing at. Okay? Now, here's the other thing to understand. So he played chords. And so here's the music here. And then if you look, we're going to put it down on the bottom, and maybe right about here you probably see it. I should probably stand out here. And you'll see all the chords and the fingering for it. So now, what does this mean? So these are bars and measures. So we have measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Or we can call it bar 1, bar 2. So this gets 4 beats. Now what does that mean? So when you hear this click go, pop, click, 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 ding, click, click, that ding usually represents the 1 of the beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one of these chords are going to get 4. All right? So it's C, 2, 3, 4. C, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. A minor, 2, 3, 4. F, 2, 3. So on and so forth, right? Now, if you notice at the end, it looks a little bit different. So when you see 2 lines, that means stop. It's the end of a thought, right? Almost like when you write a sentence, what do you put at the end of a sentence? You drop that period there, right? So these 2 lines represent that. When you see the 2 dots, that means you're going to repeat. We're going to play it all over again. So guess what? That whole song that we played only had these chords to it. That's it. And you can do it. So we're going to go sit with Mr. Wayne right now, and he's going to break it down for us. All right, come on, let's go. And hey, I'm back as I promised, and I'm here with Mr. Wayne.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Mr. Wayne has been with us for like, wow, maybe since we started the organization. He is a real deal, extensive resume, and he's going to break these chords down. So we have some chords to learn here, sir. So the C chord, how do we play the C chord?
The simplest C chord on the guitar is a 2-note guitar where you go up to the 8th fret. All right, you just strike the B and the E strings together. All right.
So if I got a guitar at home and it's been sitting in the corner, I don't know what a fret is. So this is what you're calling this little square blocks as a fret.
Yeah, each one of these metal bars is considered. What's in between it is considered a fret. So I'm counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that 8 is C.
Got it. So play that again. Right. So you only play those 2 strings that you're holding, because if you played all this, it sounds like something different.
Something completely different. It's a lot harder to get those chords. We're going to do that on the intermediate level.
Gotcha. So that's the C chord. We got that. We can do that. 8 down, boom, 2, and bam. All right. So what's that A minor?
A minor, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to play 1 chord. It's 1 chord over 2 strings, and we're going to get A minor.
Which fret is that?
Okay, now we're at the 5th fret. 5th fret. So you're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit it.
So we got 8 for C, 8th fret, and then we got, for the A minor, we got the 5th fret. All right, so we got 2 more chords, and we're playing the whole song, I think. So what's the F?
Now for F, we're going to go to the 1st fret. It's the same chord. We're not changing our fingers. Fingering stays the same.
What?
1st fret.
Man, I can do this. All right, so we got 1 more. We got the G.
The last one is G, and it's at the 3rd fret. Same fingering. Nothing changes but the fret.
So can we put all this together, right?
Absolutely.
So remember we talked a little bit earlier about counting in time, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to give 2 bars of nothing, and then if you could play that song for us, all right? The song Stand By Me, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 2, 3,
and the land is
2, 3,
and the moon is the only Easy. And
2, 3, 2, 3.
Man, bro, you broke that down and made it sound really simple that any of us who can count to 8 and have 2 fingers. Okay, you have to have 2 fingers, right? There's no other way to do it.
No, all you need is one finger.
One finger. We use the finger for this, right? So that's the deal. We got one here, and I guess you need 3 fingers. So if you have 3, you can play this song. All right, so no excuses. All right, you have 10. Come on, show off. All right, so that's the basics, right? So now, what about if I've been playing for 2 days and I'm past this now? Because, you know, I got this in 5 minutes. So how do I play a regular C chord? It's a little more advanced.
We're going to run through the whole C chord. Okay. We're going to use 4 strings for this. All right, so we're going to go.
That sound has more to it, right? So play it again.
Exactly, 4 strings.
Yeah, because the first one sounded like cling, cling. This one sounded like bling, bling. I hear it.
Now the major difference is sometimes when you're playing with a keyboardist, they're covering a lot of the other strings, so you don't really need, all you need is the 2. But when you're playing by yourself, you kind of like need more strings, more emphasis. Give it to you like
got it. Strings. Yeah. So we're going to give it to you right here in the lower thirds. It'll probably be right about here, right, Rick? Right about here. Hope I don't look silly, and it's up here somewhere. But right here, if you look, he's going to give you the fingerings for the chords. But can you play that now using the full chord? What does that sound like? Beautiful. But you did a lot more than that when you played, man. You was jamming up there. And you used a word earlier, I forgot what word you used, and you said you was listening to the keyboard player and you were...
I was answering. I was listening to the keyboard player, they played a chord, and I answered it. So it was a call and response.
Call and response.
Effect, yes.
Okay. Now, I want to do a little bit of that. So Christina's going to play the chords and you're going to call and respond to that. Now, would you call this like lead guitar or rhythm guitar? Well, and what's the difference?
The way we were playing inside, it had like a real kind of Latino feel to it. Mm-hmm. So I automatically went into a merengue style of playing the guitar. You hear this a lot with merengue music. Okay. So I just started to just answer her in a merengue style.
Okay, so let's do that. All right? 1, 2 bars. Y'all know how to count 2 bars. Y'all can count with me. All right? And then they're going to come in. All right? 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. I see. Again, nice. Nice. Now play it again. Using the first set of chords, you show 2 strings. And nice. Y'all see that? I got you. That's what I'm gonna start at right here. Right. Now give us the full chords so you show off to people. Before I let you go, you did a solo. You did an 8-bar solo for us inside. And that's going to be another breakdown class, all right? So we're going to break that out and just have him come in and talk about soloing because he's a really good soloist. And actually, he held back in that room. But how do you approach soloing for those of us who play a little bit already?
Well, you know, I practice like a lot of themes. So I have a lot of themes in my head already. And I just kind of try to match what's going on the bandstand.
So when you say themes, you mean like licks and runs and stuff like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm practicing scales and licks and things that I hear on the radio, etc. And I'm just translating them back in real time.
Gotcha. So can you take us out with that?
Sure.
So on our way out, you know, you'll play the chords for us and...
I'll play the solo that I played on the
solo. I'm back up. get my feet out the shot. And it's broken chair that I'm sitting in. So if there are any funders out there, we can use a new chair here at Renaissance. All right, we're gonna give them 2 bars and they're gonna come in, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, ready, and.